The 1960s did not simply produce great bands, it produced the blueprint of modern music itself, a foundation that nearly every genre, movement, and artist still builds upon today. Before this decade, popular music largely functioned as entertainment, something disposable, designed to be consumed quickly and replaced just as fast. After the 1960s, music became something far more serious. It became art, identity, rebellion, and ideology. Albums replaced singles as complete artistic statements rather than collections of hits. Recording studios evolved into creative laboratories where sound could be stretched, manipulated, and reimagined. Bands stopped chasing trends and began inventing the future, often without fully realizing how far their ideas would travel. This list is not about chart dominance or fleeting popularity. It is about impact, innovation, and cultural gravity. These are the 10 bands whose work altered the direction of music itself. Artists who expanded what songs could express, what albums could represent, and what bands could mean. Check this out.
Number 10. The Jefferson Airplane. No band is more closely tied to the psychedelic idealism of San Francisco than Jefferson Airplane. While many groups flirted with psychedelia as a sonic trend, this band lived it as a philosophy. Songs like Somebody to Love and White Rabbit captured a moment when music was inseparable from social upheaval. Grace Slick's commanding presence shattered expectations of female frontpeople, while the band's sound blurred folk, rock, and hallucinogenic experimentation. Jefferson Airplane were not the most technically refined band of the decade, but they were among the most symbolic. They gave a sound to a generation actively questioning reality itself. Number 9. Cream. Cream did something radical for its time. It treated rock music as a virtuosic art form. Eric Clapton, Jack Bruce, and Ginger Baker pushed blues rock into heavier, louder, and more improvisational territory. Songs like Sunshine of Your Love and White Room laid the foundation for hard rock and heavy metal long before those labels existed. Their lifespan was short, but their influence was massive. Cream proved that power trios could be both technically complex and commercially viable. Every heavy guitar band that followed owes them a debt. Number 8. The Kinks. While many British invasion bands looked outward, the Kinks looked inward, and that made them timeless. Ray Davies wrote songs that dissected British life with surgical precision. Waterloo Sunset, You Really Got Me, and Sunny Afternoon were not just catchy, they were socially observant, ironic, and emotionally grounded. The Kinks pioneered distorted guitar riffs while simultaneously laying the groundwork for Britpop decades later. They were never the loudest band of the decade, but they were among the smartest. Number 7. The Doors. The Doors sounded nothing like their peers, and that was the point. Without a bassist, built around Ray Manzarek's hypnotic organ lines and fronted by Jim Morrison's dangerous charisma, the Doors injected darkness and poetry into rock music. Songs like The End and Riders on the Storm felt more like rituals than performances. Morrison redefined the role of the frontman, turning rock concerts into confrontations rather than celebrations. The Doors showed that rock could explore death, sex, and existential dread without compromise. Number 6. The Jimi Hendrix Experience. Jimi Hendrix did not improve the electric guitar, he reinvented it. In just a few years, Hendrix expanded the instrument's vocabulary beyond recognition. Feedback, distortion, wah-wah, and controlled chaos became expressive tools rather than accidents. Tracks like Purple Haze, Foxy Lady, and Voodoo Child changed the ceiling of what guitarists could aspire to. Every rock guitarist since has lived in Hendrix's shadow, whether they admit it or not. Number 5. The Who. The Who were not interested in refinement, they were interested in impact. Pete Townshend's windmill guitar attacks, Keith Moon's explosive drumming, and Roger Daltrey's defiant vocals turned concerts into acts of destruction. But beneath the chaos lay ambition. With Tommy, The Who introduced the rock opera, proving that rock albums could tell complex, extended narratives. They bridged aggression and intellect, paving the way for punk and arena rock simultaneously. Number 4. The Beach Boys. For all their sun-soaked imagery, the Beach Boys were among the most sophisticated musical minds of the decade. Brian Wilson treated the studio as an instrument, stacking harmonies and textures with obsessive precision. Pet Sounds remains one of the most influential albums ever recorded, not because it chased trends, but because it ignored them. The emotional vulnerability and sonic depth of the Beach Boys reshaped pop music, inspiring artists to pursue beauty, fragility, and complexity in equal measure. Number 3. The Velvet Underground. Commercially, the Velvet Underground were nearly invisible. Culturally, they were seismic. They sang about heroin, alienation, sexual identity, and urban decay when most bands were still writing love songs. Their sound was abrasive, minimal, and confrontational. As Brian Eno famously implied, few people bought their records, but nearly everyone who did started a band. Punk, indie, alternative, and experimental rock all trace their DNA back to the Velvet Underground. Number 2. The Rolling Stones. If the Beatles were evolution, the Rolling Stones were instinct. Rooted deeply in American blues but sharpened into something far more dangerous, the Stones embodied rebellion without apology or refinement. Their music rejected polish in favor of tension, swagger, and attitude, drawing its power from feel rather than perfection. Albums like Beggar's Banquet and Let It Bleed captured a world unraveling, filled with chaos, desire, and moral ambiguity, reflecting the darker undercurrents of the decade with unflinching honesty. They proved that rock music could be raw, sexual, and confrontational, and still possess lasting artistic weight. Where others aimed for transcendence, the Stones thrived in grit and provocation. They did not merely soundtrack the decade, they exposed its shadows. The Rolling Stones did not just survive the decade, they became immortal within it. Number 1. The Beatles. No band reshaped music more completely than the Beatles. In less than a decade, they evolved from a tightly polished pop phenomenon into fearless studio revolutionaries. Along the way, they expanded the very language of popular music, pushing songwriting beyond simple romance, redefining recording techniques, reshaping album structure, and elevating artistic ambition to unprecedented levels. What they introduced was not just new sounds, but new possibilities, many of which remain foundational to how music is written and produced today. From Revolver to Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club to Abbey Road, the Beatles did not merely reflect the 1960s, they actively designed it. Each release felt like a recalibration of what music could be, setting new creative benchmarks that other artists had to respond to. Every genre, every movement, and every band that followed has existed in dialogue with their work, whether in imitation, resistance, or refinement. They were not simply the greatest band of the 1960s, they were the center of gravity, the point around which modern music continues to orbit. Those are the 10 greatest bands of the 1960s, artists who didn't just shape a decade, but changed music forever. Now it's your turn. Which band defines the 60s for you? Let us know your favorite in the comments below.